So TaShawn, what can you tell me about this week here? What kind of opportunity does it represent for you?
It represents a big opportunity for me, because I feel like I'm very underrated. A lot of people haven't really seen me play because I only got 1 year to play for a big name school. So it's just a big opportunity for me to just show what I can do and just showcase everything.
What do you think? It's interesting watching you at Houston and then at Oklahoma. It felt like you were so much more of a versatile player offensively. Obviously, you had great players around you at Oklahoma, and you had to, kind of fit into a role. Well, is this like a chance for you to, show teams that, that you're more than what we saw this past season?
Yeah, definitely, because like you said, I did have to pull back a little bit because I had other guys on my team that could pull up the slack that I had to put up at Houston. So now here I can just show that I still have that ability to do the same things I did at Houston.
How does a big guy like you, how do you get touches in a game, where it's probably going to be really up-tempo and, guards shooting threes? How do you plan on kind of asserting yourself into this setting?
Setting good screens, running up and down the court, getting up and down the court, beating my man up down the court, and just talking on defense, and making the guard know that I'm interacted with the game, and I feel like when you talk on defense and you let that one of your players on the team know that let him know that you're like ready to play and all that things, then he'll get you more incorporated into the game and probably give you the ball more. So I feel like if I just talk on the defensive end and do my part on defense and beat my man up and down the court, then I'll get the ball a lot.
What do you see your role being in the NBA?
Kind of a guy that can just do a lot of different things, defending mostly, that's one of my big things I took a big part in this past year. And, just being able to make plays for other guys, I like to do that. Sometimes I'm told I'm kind of too unselfish, but at the end of the day, that's something I like to do, just help other guys get good shots.
How would you evaluate yourself right now as a perimeter shooter?
It's definitely better from the past, but I definitely have I'm still improving, and there's a lot of room to improve, but it's way better than it was my past 3 years at Houston. It got better a lot this year.
What about defensively?
Defensively, it's increased because, this past year I had to guard bigger and better guys from the American Conference, so I kind of got more physical on defense and knowing how to use my body more and move my feet, take charges. I led my team last year in taking charges, so I kind of learned how to guard better guys.
What was the biggest difference for you going from kind of a mid to lower tier team in the American Conference to one of the top teams in the Big 12, a team that was on national TV all the time? What were some of the changes that underwent there?
One of the biggest changes was the fact that we had fans in the stands. That was big different. At Houston, it was a ghost town, and at Oklahoma, fans came out and showed support. Another big difference was just the fact that every game was a dogfight. Every single game, no matter who you were playing in the conference. Where, in the American Conference, there's like at least one team that you can kind of like slack off, or like not slack off, but not be ready. Or I don't know how to explain it. Like, you didn't have to be on tip-top show, but in the Big 12 you had to, or you were going to lose guaranteed. So that was another big difference, and just the competition. The competition was just ridiculous this year. I've never seen anything like that, and that was one of the biggest changes for me.
What kind of player were you in high school? Why were you maybe under-recruited to a certain degree?
I kind of did the same. I was more versatile than I was at Houston. I did everything for my team, but I feel like it was because my first couple of years I played for a smaller team, like a local team in Killeen, Texas, and never really got to play in front of like big colleges because we went to the smaller tournaments. But once I started playing with the Houston Hoops, that's when I started getting more looks, and I feel like if I would have played more years with them, I would have got more recruits.
What kind of feedback are you getting from NBA teams right now? What are they like, and what would they like to see you improve on?
I've been told they like my IQ. They can tell I know the game really well. They like the fact that I can pass, defend and rebound. Like my strengths, and I can put the ball on the ground. But they want me to. They want me to work on my jump shot. Just keep telling, because they say that some people told me it doesn't look anything wrong. Just got to build my confidence in it, and they want me to get in better shape because this past year just wasn't the same as it was when I was at Houston.
What's the biggest thing that is going to stay with you from Coach Krueger, let's say 5 years from now?
One of the biggest things is just being an everyday guy. You know, Coach Krueger would, if you had a good day of practice, and he expect the same thing the next day. So if you had a day off, he'd always get on you. Like, what happened? What's the difference between today and tomorrow? So you know, just staying on top of my toes and just staying humble. You know, that's one thing he always teached us, just to always respect your opponent, but at the same time be ready for him.
What was it like playing for him?
It was great. You know, I feel like I got a lot of experience. You know, been able to handle stuff. You know, because he didn't call a lot of timeouts, so being able to handle stuff in adversity whenever things got hard, you know, that kind of helped us out a lot. So I feel like that's one thing that I'll take with me too.
Thanks so much. Best of luck.